Election Night in America 2022. On this historic night that will be remembered forever, voters across the country will decide who they want representing them in the U.S. Congress. They will be voting across the country in the U.S. Senate elections, in U.S. House elections, and gubernatorial elections. Sorry about that. This is the current map of the U.S. Senate. The Democrats hold 50 seats and the Republicans hold 50 seats. A blue state signifies a state that has 2 Democratic senators. A red state means that the state has 2 Republican senators. And a purple state means that the state has 1 Democrat and 1 Republican as their 2 senators. As I said, the Senate is currently split 50-50. The chances of that are extremely low. However, that is what is occurring right now. All Republicans need to do is flip 1 Democratic seat and they will have majority. However, if Democrats don't let them do that, if they hold all the seats that they previously had and possibly even expand on that, then they will keep control of the United States Senate for at least the next 2 years. And let's take a look at the 7 p.m. poll closings, our first poll closings of the night. The 7 p.m. poll closings are Vermont, Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, and Georgia. In the state of Vermont, Senate election, Peter Welch will win his first term as the state senator. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. He is a non-incumbent. Sorry, it says incumbent there. And in Vermont's gubernatorial election, Phil Scott, the incumbent, will win his 4th term as the state's governor. And in Indiana, Todd Young will win the state's Senate election for another 6-year term. And in Indiana's 1st congressional district, this is the House of Representatives. Frank Mervyn, the incumbent Democrat, is leading with 52.3% over Challenger Green. And in Kentucky Senate, Rand Paul will win another term in office. He is the incumbent. This is a hold. And another hold for Republicans in South Carolina. Tim Scott will be reelected to the Senate. And Henry McMaster will win a 2nd term as the state's Republican governor. And in Virginia's 2nd congressional district, this one is too close to call. Democrat incumbent Luria is trailing behind Jen Kiggins, the Republican challenger. Kiggins leads with 57.8% to Luria's 41.4%. And in Virginia's 7th district, this one is also too close to call. Abigail Spanberger leads over Republican Vega with 53.6% to Vega's 46%. And in Georgia's Senate election, it is also too close to call at this point in time. Very closely watched race here in Georgia. Raphael Warnock, the incumbent, is leading with 56.2% to challenger Herschel Walker's 43.7%. And in Georgia's gubernatorial election, also too close to call. This one is expected to go to the Republicans. Brian Kemp leads with 51.4% to Stacey Abrams' 48.8%. And this is the current U.S. Senate map after the 7 p.m. poll closings. The Democrats lead with 37 Senate seats. Of course, this is due to the fact that most senators are not up for election this year. And Republicans have 32 seats. 50 seats are needed for the majority for the Democrats. 51 seats are needed for the majority for the Republicans. And on the gubernatorial side, Republicans lead with 10 gubernatorial seats to the Democrats' 6. You do not need a majority on this level. However, it is important to look at who wins in each state. And in the U.S. House elections, every single U.S. House district has an election tonight. The Republicans lead with 31 seats in the House to the Democrats' 14. A yellow state means that it is too close to call, as for the Senate and gubernatorial elections. 218 seats are needed for the majority in the House. And now let's take a look at our 7:30 p.m. poll closings in Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina. In Ohio Senate election, Tim Ryan, the Democrat, leads with 52.2% over J.D. Vance. This is a GOP-held seat. However, the incumbent is retiring this year. And in Ohio's gubernatorial election, Mike DeWine, the incumbent, will win another term in office. This is a hold for the GOP. And in Ohio's 1st congressional district, incumbent Republican Cabot is leading with 57.1% to Democratic challenger Landsman 42.8%. And in Ohio's 9th district House, Democrats hold this seat, Marcy Kaptur is running for yet another term. She's been in the House since 1980. She leads Jared Majewski with 59.6% to Majewski's 46.8%. And in Ohio's 13th district, the GOP holds a seat. However, there is no incumbent this year. He did step down. Democrat Sykes leads with 51.5% to Republican Jesse Otto's 47.5%. And in North Carolina's Senate election, this comes after Richard Burr decided to step down a Republican. This would be a flip if Democrats are able to win it. However, it is extremely unlikely. Ted Budd leads with 56.9% to Sherry Beasley's 42.7%. And in North Carolina's 1st congressional district, Democrats hold the seat. However, there is no incumbent. Democrat Davis leads with 54.8% to Republican Smith's 44.7%. And in North Carolina's 13th district, Republican Hines leads with 51.1% to Democrat Nichols' 48.6%. And this is our updated Senate map. The Democrats have 37 Senate seats to the Republicans' 32. Oh, and I will note that that any gray state means that they do not have an election this year for the Senate and gubernatorial elections. Just keep that in mind. When, of course, the dark gray states, if it's light gray, then that means that they do have an election this year. However, their polls have not closed. Just wanted to throw that in there. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 11 seats, the Democrats 6. And this is our updated House map. The Republicans keep their lead with 51 seats to the Democrats' 20. And let's take a look at the 8 p.m. poll closings in Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware. And along with Washington, D.C., Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. In Maine's gubernatorial, it is too close to call. Janet Mills has a heavy lead over Republican Paul LePage. In Maine's 2nd district, very closely watched district here, Democrat Jared Golden, the incumbent, leads with 51.2% to Republican challenger Palakarin, who has 48.6%. And in New Hampshire Senate race, Maggie Hassan, the incumbent, currently trails Don Bolduc. Bolduc has 51.4% to Hassan's 48.5%. And in New Hampshire's gubernatorial election, Chris Sununu, the incumbent, will win a 4th term in office. And in New Hampshire's 1st district, Chris Pappas, the incumbent, currently trails behind the Republican Leavitt. Leavitt has 50.9% to Pappas' 48.7%. In New Hampshire's 2nd district, Ann Custer currently trails behind Republican someone Burns. And in Massachusetts gubernatorial election, Maura Healey will win the seat. This is our first flip of the night. Democrats will gain the seat after Republican Governor Charlie Baker, the most popular governor in the country, stepped down this year. Maura Healey will win this race. And in Rhode Island's gubernatorial election, Dan McKee, the incumbent, will once again win, even though he is unpopular. And in Rhode Island's 2nd congressional district, House of Representatives here, too close to call. Alan Fung, a surprisingly strong Republican challenger, leads Seth Magaziner with 52%. This seat is held by a Democrat who has stepped down this year. Seth Magaziner has 47.6%. In Connecticut's Senate election, Richard Blumenthal, the incumbent, will win another term in office. And in Connecticut's gubernatorial, Lamont currently trails behind Bob Stefanowski. Stefanowski has 51.1%. Lamont has 48.5%. And in Connecticut's 5th congressional district, this is a close one here. George Logan leads with 53.6% to Johanna Hayes', the incumbent, 46.2%. And in New Jersey's 5th district, this seat is held by a Democrat who is not running again this year. Republican Pelota leads with 54.8% to Gottheimer's 44.7%. And in Pennsylvania's Senate election, John Fetterman leads with 53.3% to Dr. Oz's 46.2%. Pat Toomey decided to step down this year, so therefore this race is open. And in Pennsylvania's gubernatorial election, it is too close to call. Josh Shapiro, the Attorney General, leads Doug Mastriano with 53.7% to Mastriano's 46%. And in Pennsylvania's 7th district, Susan Wild, the Democrat, trails behind Republican challenger Scheller. Scheller leads with 51.5% to Susan Wild's 47.1%. And in Pennsylvania's 8th Congressional District, Matt Cartwright, the incumbent, leads with 51.6% to Republican challenger Bognitz's 48%. And in the 17th District of Pennsylvania, Chris DeLuzio, this is Connor Lamb's district, who decided to step down to run for Senate. He was unsuccessful there. Chris DeLuzio leads with 50% to Schaefer's 49.2%. In Maryland Senate election, Chris Van Hollen, the incumbent, is projected to win the seat. And in Maryland's gubernatorial, this is yet another gain for the Democrats. Wes Moore will become the new governor of Maryland. Larry Hogan, another extremely popular governor, stepped down this year. And in the 6th District of Maryland, David Throne, the incumbent, currently trails by only 0.3%. He has 49.3% to Parrott's 49.8%. In Florida's Senate election, Marco Rubio leads with 55.1% to Val Demings' 44.1%. And in the gubernatorial election of Florida, Ron DeSantis has a heavy lead of 55.7% to Charlie Crist's 43.8%. In Alabama's Senate election, Katie Britt will win her first term in the Senate. Sorry about that. And in Alabama, Kay Ivey will win another term as the state's governor. She is the incumbent. And in the gubernatorial election in Tennessee, Bill Lee will win another term. And in Illinois Senate, Tammy Duckworth will win a second term in office. And in Illinois gubernatorial, J.B. Pritzker will win a second term in office. And in Illinois' 17th district, Democrats hold this seat. The incumbent decided to step down this year. Democrat Sorensen leads with 49.7% to Republican King's 49.3%. And in Illinois' 13th, Republican Deering leads with 50.5% to Democrat Budzinski's 49.2%. And in Missouri's Senate election, Eric Schmidt will win his first term as the state senator. This is a hold for the GOP. And in Oklahoma's Senate, James Lankford will win another term, it should say incumbent. And in Oklahoma's special election, Mark Wayne Mullen will win his first term as the state senator. This is a special election, as I said, and he will become Oklahoma's next senator. And in Oklahoma's gubernatorial, Kevin Stitt will win a second term as the state's governor. And let's look at our updated Senate map. The Democrats have 40 seats. The Republicans have 36. The Democrats have a lead of 4. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 15 seats. The Democrats have 9. And on our House elections, the Republicans keep their lead of 113. Democrats have 82. Let's take a look at our 8:30 p.m. poll closings now in Arkansas. In Arkansas Senate election, John Boozman will win another term. He is the incumbent. And in the gubernatorial, Sarah Huckabee Sanders will win her first term as governor. And now let's take a look at the 9 p.m. poll closings in New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, and Louisiana. And in New York, Chuck Schumer, the incumbent, will win another term in office. And in New York's gubernatorial, Kathy Hochul will win a second term, her first full term as the state's governor. And in New York's 18th congressional district, Pat Ryan, who actually switched districts from the 19th to the 18th, leads with 52.4% to Republican Williams's 47.2%. And in the 19th district, Pat Riley, the Democrat, leads with 52.5% to Republican Molinaro's 47%. And in New York's 22nd district, Democrat Knoll leads with 49.9% to Republican Williams's 49.2%. And in Michigan's gubernatorial, Tudor Dixon, the Republican, leads with 50.7% to Gretchen Whitmer, the incumbent's 48.8%. And in Michigan's 10th district, John James, the Republican, leads to Democrat Marlinga. And in Michigan's 8th, Democrat Kildee, the incumbent, leads over Republican Jung. And in Michigan's 7th district, Democrat Slotkin leads over Republican Barrett. And in Michigan's 3rd district, Democrat Schulten leads over Republican Gibbs. And in Wisconsin Senate election, Ron Johnson has a 10-point lead over Mandela Barnes, the Democratic challenger. And in the gubernatorial election, Tony Evers currently trails behind Tim Michels by a substantial margin. And in Minnesota's gubernatorial election, Tim Walz leads over Republican Scott Jensen. And in Minnesota's 2nd Congressional District, Angie Craig leads over Republican Kistner by 2%. In North Dakota Senate election, John Hoeven, the incumbent, will win another term. And in South Dakota Senate election, John Thune, very popular, will win another term. And in South Dakota's gubernatorial election, Kristi Noem will win a 2nd term as governor. And in Nebraska's gubernatorial election, Jim Pillen will win his 1st term as governor. And in Kansas's Senate election, Jerry Moran will win yet another time. And in Kansas's gubernatorial election, Laura Kelly, the incumbent, currently trails behind Derek Schmidt, the Republican challenger. And in Kansas's 3rd district, Sharice Davids leads over Republican Atkins with 51.6% to Atkins's 48%. And in Wyoming's gubernatorial election, Mark Gordon, the incumbent, will win another term in office. And in Colorado's Senate election, Michael Bennet, the incumbent, currently leads by 8% over Joe O'Dea, the Republican. And in Colorado's gubernatorial election, Jared Polis, the incumbent, will win a 2nd term in office. And in Colorado's 8th congressional district, Republican Kirk Meyer will win, or is currently leading over Democrat Caravedo by about 4%. This is an open district, and it is a new district after the 2020 census. And in Arizona's Senate election, Mark Kelly leads by a very substantial margin over Blake Masters. And in Arizona's gubernatorial election, Katie Hobbs, the Democrat, leads with 52% to Carrie Lake's 46.4%. And in Arizona's 2nd district, Tom O'Halloran, the incumbent, leads is trailing behind Eli Crane, the Republican. And in Arizona's 6th district, Kiscomani, the Republican, leads over Democrat Angel. And in Texas, Greg Abbott, the incumbent, has a very heavy lead, a 14-point lead over Beto O'Rourke, the Democratic challenger. And in Texas's 15th district, Cruz leads with 50.2% to Vallejo's 49%. And in Texas' 28th district, the Democrat Kuehler leads by about 4% over challenger Garcia. And in Texas' 34th district, Maya Flores leads with 53.2%. She is the incumbent over Gonzalez. And in New Mexico's gubernatorial election, it is too close to call. Michelle Lujan Grissom trails behind Republican challenger Mark Ronchetti by about 5%. And in New Mexico's 2nd congressional district, Vasquez, the Democratic challenger, trails behind Yvette Harrell by like 1%. And in Louisiana's Senate election, John Kennedy, the incumbent, will win another term in office. And we have a key race in the state of Georgia. This is our first call of the night of a previously too close to call state. This is a hold for the Republican Party. Brian Kemp, the incumbent governor of Georgia, will win a 2nd term in office. He will defeat Stacey Abrams. He will win 52.2% to Abrams' 46.7%. And we have another key race in Virginia's 7th district. Abigail Spanberger will win her seat once again. And in Connecticut's 5th district, we have yet another key race alert. Johanna Hayes will win another term in office, defeating George Logan. And in New Hampshire's 1st district, Chris Pappas will win another term. And let's look at our updated Senate map now. It is currently split 41 to 41. It is tied. On the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 20, Democrats 12. And in the House, the Republicans have expanded their lead to 182 seats to the Democrats' 133. Now it's time for the 8 p.m. poll closings in Iowa, Montana, Utah, and Nevada. In Iowa's Senate election, Chuck Grassley, the incumbent senator, will hold his seat. In Iowa's gubernatorial election, Kim Reynolds, the incumbent, will win a 2nd term. And in Iowa's 3rd congressional district, the incumbent Democrat Axney is currently leading over Republican challenger Nunn. And in Utah Senate election, Mike Lee, the incumbent, will win another term. This is a hold for the GOP. In the Nevada Senate election, Catherine Cortez Masto the incumbent trails behind Adam Laxalt, the Republican. And in Nevada's gubernatorial election, Joe Lombardo, the Republican, leads over Democrat incumbent Steve Cieslak. And in Nevada's 1st District, Democrat Dina Titus trails behind Republican Robertson. And in Nevada's 3rd District, Democrat Lee leads over Republican Becker. And in Iowa's, Nevada's 4th District, Horsford, the Democrat Lee trails behind Republican Peters. And then we have another key race in the state of Florida. In Florida's Senate election, Marco Rubio, the incumbent, will hold his seat in the Senate. He will defeat Val Demings with 53.3% to Demings' 44.8%. And we have another Florida key race. Ron DeSantis, the incumbent governor, will hold his seat as governor. He will win a 2nd term. No surprise here. He will win 53.7% to Charlie Crist's 44.4%. And in Connecticut's gubernatorial election, another key race, Ned Lamont, will win a 2nd term in office. He will win 52.6% to Bob Stefanowski's 46.6%. And in Maine's gubernatorial election, Janet Mills, we can project, will win a 2nd term. Let's look at the vote share here. Janet Mills will win 51.4% to Paula Page's 45.2%, about a 6-point win. And in Maryland's 6th congressional district, we have a projection. David Throne will hold on to his seat. He is the incumbent here. And in New Hampshire's 2nd district, Annie Custer will hold on to her seat also. And in New York's 18th, Pat Ryan will win his 1st term as the district's representative. He previously served the 19th district. And another key race in North Carolina's 1st district, Don Davis will win his 1st term in office. And let's look at our updated Senate map. The Republicans have taken the lead with 53 seats to the Democrats' 41. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have gained to 21 seats, the Democrats 12. And in our House elections, the Republicans have 192, Democrats 137. Now it's time for the 11 p.m. poll closings in Hawaii, California, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. In Idaho's Senate, Mike Crapo, the incumbent, will win another term. In Idaho's gubernatorial, Brad Little will win another term. In Washington's Senate, the incumbent, Patty Murray, will win. And in Oregon's Senate, Ron Wyden, the incumbent, will win again. But in Oregon's gubernatorial election, very closely watched race, Christine Drazan, the Republican, actually has the lead with 47%. In 2nd currently is Tina Kotek with 43.4%. Betsy Johnson, the independent, is in 3rd with 8.3%. And in Oregon's 5th district, Republican Joe Reamer has a lead of 52.7% to Democrat Skinner's 46.5%. And in Oregon's 6th district, Democrat Salinas leads with 50.7% to Republican Erickson's 48%. And in California's Senate election, Alex Padilla, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. And in the gubernatorial election in California, Gavin Newsom will win a 2nd term in office after escaping a recall election in 2021. And in California's 13th district, Dems hold the seat. However, there is no incumbent running. Democrat Duarte leads with 51.2% to Republican Gray's 47.6%. And in the 22nd district, David Verlado, the Republican, leads over Democrat Salas with 50.5% to Salas's 48.9%. And in California's 27th district, Mike Garcia, the Republican, leads with 50.2% to Democrat Smith's 48.4%. And in California's 49th, Mike Levin, the incumbent, trails behind Republican Marriott. And in Hawaii's Senate election, Brian Schatz, the incumbent, will win another term. And in the gubernatorial election for Hawaii, Josh Green will become the state's new governor. And we have a key race in the state of North Carolina. This was previously too close to call. In their Senate election, we can now project that Ted Budd will win this race. He will defeat Sherry Beasley with 51.8% to Beasley's 47.7%. And in North Carolina's 13th district, Bo Hines will win his 1st term in office. This is a hold for the GOP. And in Virginia's 2nd District, Jen Kiggins will win her first term in the House. This is a gain. This seat will flip to the Republican Party. And in Ohio's 1st District, Steve Cabot will hold on to his seat. Let's look at our updated Senate map. The Republicans have 46, Democrats 45. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 23, Democrats 16. And in the House, the Republicans have 210. The Democrats have gained to 188. Now it's time for the 1 a.m. poll closings in Alaska. In Alaska Senate, Lisa Murkowski, the incumbent, will win another term as senator. And in the gubernatorial election in Alaska, Mike Dunleavy currently leads this race with 38.4%, very narrow behind Les Gower, the Democrat, who has 48.1%. This race has really been shaken up due to Bill Walker, a former governor, running as an independent. He currently has 20.5%. And in Alaska's at-large House district, this race is definitely one that is watched very closely. Mayor Peltola has a lead with 37.7% to Sarah Palin's 32.1% and Nick Begich's 30.2%. In Ohio's Senate election, J.D. Vance will win his first term in office. This is a key race, so we can now project that J.D. Vance will win. He will defeat Tim Ryan with 51.6% to Tim Ryan's 47%. And in New Hampshire Senate election, another key race, Maggie Hassan, the incumbent, will hold on to her seat. She will defeat Don Bolduc. She will win 52% to Bolduc's 46.7%. And in Pennsylvania's gubernatorial election, Josh Shapiro will win his first term as governor. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. He will win 52.1% to Doug Mastriano's 46.2%. And we have a major key race in Rhode Island's 2nd Congressional District, a gain for the Republican Party. All they need to do is flip 5 congressional seats, and they have majority. Alan Fung will win in Rhode Island's 2nd District. And in Pennsylvania's 8th District, we can project that Matt Cartwright, the incumbent, will win another term in the House. And in New Jersey's 7th District, Tom Keene will flip this seat. He will become the new representative from New Jersey's 7th. And we have a key race in Michigan's 3rd District. Hillary Scholten will flip this seat. This is one of the few flips for the Democrats of the House elections. This comes after Peter Mayer, the Republican, was defeated in his primary by a more radical Republican, and this has caused the Democrats to pick up this seat. And we have another gain for Democrats in Michigan's 8th District. Daniel Kildee, this is a hold. I shouldn't have said that. Daniel Kildee will win his seat once again. In another key race, Texas's 26th District, Henry Cuellar, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. And in New York's 22nd District House, Brandon Williams will hold on to his seat. Sorry, no, he's not the incumbent, actually. And in Ohio's 13th District, Madison Gesiato will gain the seat. This is a flip for the Republican Party. And in our updated Senate map, the Republicans have 48 seats. Only Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia are too close to call. And the Democrats need 4 seats to have majority. The Republicans only need 3. And let's look at our governor's map. The Democrats have 17. Republicans have 23. And our House map, Republicans have 214. Democrats have 192. And in the House, the Democrats are 26 seats away from the majority. The Republicans are only 4. And we have a key race in Colorado. Michael Bennet, we can project, will keep his seat. This is a hold for the Democrats. He will defeat Joe O'Dea with 53% to O'Dea's 46.2%. And we have a key race in Wisconsin Senate. Ron Johnson, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. He will defeat Mandela Barnes with 51.5% to Barnes' 47.6%. And in Minnesota's gubernatorial election, Tim Walz, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. No surprise here. He will defeat Scott Jensen with 51.9% to Jensen's 47.7%. And in Michigan's gubernatorial election, Gretchen Whitmer, the incumbent, will hold on to her seat. She will defeat Tudor Dixon with 51.7% to Dixon's 47.2%. And we have Key Raisler in the state of Texas gubernatorial election. Greg Abbott, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. He will defeat Beto O'Rourke with 52.8% to O'Rourke's 45.9%. And in New York's 19th district, Josh Riley will win his first term in the House. This is a hold for the Democrats. And in Pennsylvania's 7th district, this is a gain. The seat will flip to the Republican Party. Lisa Scheller will defeat Susan Wilds. And in Michigan's 10th district, we have yet another gain, as this was an open seat. John James will win his first term in Congress. And in Illinois' 13th district, Nikki Budzinski will win. This is another open seat that the Democrats will gain. And in Texas' 34th district, Maya Flores, the incumbent, will win another term. She was elected in August of this year. She will hold on to her seat. And in Texas' 15th district, House of Representatives, another gain for the Republican Party. Monica De La Cruz will win, will pick up Texas' 15th district. And what does that mean? That means that the United States House of Representatives will flip to the Republican Party. We can project that at this time with the projecting that Monica De La Cruz will win her congressional seat. Yes, you got it right. The Republicans will win control of the United States House. They currently have 218 seats. You need 218 for the majority. The Democrats currently have 194, and 23 are too close to call. And in Arizona's 2nd district, the Republicans will only gain off of their 218. Eli Crane will win his first term in the House. He will defeat Tom O'Halloran in Arizona's 2nd. And in Arizona's 6th, Juan Kiscomani will win his first term. Yet another gain for the GOP. They're making gains left and right. A hold for the Republicans here in New Mexico's 2nd district. Yvette Harrell, the incumbent, will hold her seat in Congress. And in Maine's 2nd district, we can now project that Jared Golden, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. And in Indiana's 1st district, the first two close to call race that we talked about, Frank Mervyn, the incumbent, will win his seat once again. And in Nevada's 1st congressional district, we can now project that Dina Titus, the incumbent, will hold on to her seat. We can also project that Andrea Salinas in Oregon's 6th district will win. This is a gain, as this is a new district created after the 2020 census. And let's look at our Senate map. The Democrats have 47 seats. The Republicans have 49. That means that the Republicans are 2 seats away from the majority, and the Democrats are 3 seats away. And let's look at our updated gubernatorial map. The Republicans have 24. The Democrats have 19. And in the House, the Republicans have 221. The Democrats 198. And in Arizona's Senate election, this is a key race, and this is a big one, guys. Mark Kelly, we can now project at TPC News that he will win his first full term in the United States Senate. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. He will defeat Blake Masters with 51.5% to Blake Masters' 48%. And in Wisconsin's gubernatorial election, Tim Michels will win his first term as the state's governor. This is a gain for the GOP. Tim Michels will flip this seat as he has ousted Democratic incumbent Tony Evers with 51.4% to Evers' 48.1%. And in Iowa's 3rd district, Zach Nunn will flip this seat. He will become the next congressman from Iowa's 3rd. And in Ohio's 9th congressional district, this is a big one. Marcy Kaptur, the incumbent, will win yet another time. This seat will not go to J.R. Majewski. It will stay with Marcy Kaptur. In Michigan's 7th district, Tom Barrett will win in Michigan 7th. This is a gain for the Republican Party, as it will flip to the GOP. In Minnesota's 2nd congressional district, Angela Craig, the incumbent, will win her congressional seat. Once again, this is another hold for the Democratic Party. And in Illinois' 17th, another hold for the Democrats. Eric Sorensen will win the Congress. However, he is not the incumbent. And in Pennsylvania's 17th district, Chris DeLuzio will succeed Connor Lamb as Pennsylvania's 17th district congressman. And in Kansas' 3rd district, we can now project that Sharice Davids, the incumbent, will win her seat once again. This is another hold for the Democrats. And in Colorado's 8th district, Barbara Kirkmeyer will gain a seat for the Republicans. This was a new district created after the 2020 census, of course. And in California's 9th district, we can now project that Josh Harder, the incumbent, will hold on to his seat. And in California's 49th district, Mike Levin, the incumbent, will win once again. And let's look at our updated Senate map. Only 3 states remain, that being the Nevada, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Republicans have 49 seats in the Senate. The Democrats have 48. And both parties need only 2 seats. Remember, Democrats only need 50 seats in the Senate to have a majority. And in the gubernatorial elections, the Republicans have 25 seats, the Democrats 19. And in the House, the Republicans have 224 seats, the Democrats have 204. And we have a key race alert. This is a big one. Huge major projection. In Georgia's Senate election, Raphael Warnock, the incumbent, is the projected winner. He will hold on to his seat and serve a full 6-year term after 2022. He will win 50.2% to Herschel Walker's 49%. If he won below 49, this would have advanced to a runoff, which would have caused another whole campaign, more money being spent in this race. However, because he has received more than 50% in the the first vote, he will defeat Herschel Walker, and there will be no runoff. And in New Mexico's gubernatorial election, Michelle Lujan Grisham, the incumbent, will win a 2nd term in office. This is a hold for the Democrats. Mark Ronchetti made this very close. However, she will win with 50.8% to Ronchetti's 48.7%. And we have a major call in the state of Arizona. This is a big one. Kari Lake will win her 1st term as Arizona's governor. This is a hold for the Republican Party. She is not an incumbent. However, she will win here in Arizona. She will hold the seat for the Republicans. She will win 50.1% to Katie Hobbs's 48.9%. And we have another major call in California's 13th district. Adam Gray will hold on to his seat. And in Nevada's 4th district, another major call, Stephen Horsford, will hold on to his seat also. And in Oregon's 5th district, this is a gain. Lori Chavez DeRemer will win her 1st term in Congress. This seat will flip to the GOP. This was Kurt Schrader's district. However, he lost in his congressional primary. And another key race in Alaska, Mary Peltola will win another term in office, her 1st full term. She won earlier this year after incumbent Don Young passed away, and she will hold the seat for the Democrats. In California's 22nd district, major call, David Filato, the incumbent, will hold his seat. And in Nevada's 3rd district, April Becker will flip the seat to the Republican Party, a major flip. And in our updated Senate maps, only 2 states remain, Nevada and Arizona. The Republicans and Democrats both have 49 seats. Therefore, the Democrats need 1 seat and the Republicans need 2. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 26 seats, the Democrats have 20. And in the House elections, only 1 House district remains. However, the Republicans already have a majority with 227 to the Democrats' 207. In Nevada's Senate election, this is a major key race alert, guys. In Nevada's Senate election, Adam Laxalt will flip the Nevada Senate seat from the Democrats to the Republicans. This is a gain, a much-needed gain that will put the Republicans at 50 seats in the Senate. Adam Laxalt will win this race with 59.8% to Catherine Cortez Masto, the incumbent's 48.6%. The Republicans will win Nevada's Senate seat. They will also win Nevada's gubernatorial seat. Joe Lombardo will defeat Steve Cieslak and gain the Republicans a gubernatorial seat in Nevada. Cieslak will win 48.1% to Lombardo's 50.9%. And in Alaska's gubernatorial election, another key race here, Mike Dunleavy, the incumbent, holds his seat. Bill Walker will not defeat him. Mike Dunleavy will win by a lean margin, 40.4% to Walker's 47.5%, Lascara's 22.1%. In a key race in California's 27th district, our final congressional district to call, Mike Garcia, the incumbent, will hold his seat. And let's look at our updated Senate map. The Republicans will win 50 seats in the Senate. The Democrats have 49. It all comes down to John Fetterman and Dr. Oz in the state of Pennsylvania. And each seat only needs one to have majority. And on the gubernatorial side, the Republicans have 28. The Democrats have 20. And on the House side, there are no more House races to call. And the final House tally is 228 for the Republicans, 207 for the Democrats. That is what it will be for the next 2 years. And we have a major projection that will steer the course of American history. Mehmet Oz is the projected winner in Pennsylvania's Senate race. This is a hold for the Republican Party, and therefore the Republicans will win control of the Senate. Dr. Oz will win 49.7% to John Fetterman's 49.2%. This is a margin of 0.5%. And that means that the Republican Party is the projected winner of the U.S. Senate. They will have majority in the U.S. Senate for at least the next 2 years, and they will likely expand their majority in 2024. This is a gain. This is a flip, as the Democrats have controlled the U.S. Senate since 2021. The Republicans will now control the Senate along with the House, and they can veto any bills Joe Biden proposes or whatever. And the Republicans will win 51 seats in the United States Senate. The Democrats will win 49. We have a key race in Kansas's gubernatorial election. Derek Schmidt is the projected winner. This is a gain. Laura Kelly, the incumbent, will lose by only 0.2%, an excruciatingly close race here in Kansas. And another key race in Oregon's gubernatorial. Christine Drazan will flip this seat. She will win 53.7% to Tina Kotek's 42.9%, the remaining vote going to Betsy Johnson, the independent. This is our final Senate map. Nevada, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina, and Wisconsin, and Ohio all go red. Arizona and Georgia go blue. Therefore, the Republicans now have control of the United States Senate. They have 51 seats. The Democrats have 49. On the gubernatorial side, the Republicans will win in Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin, and that's about it. And the Democrats will win in New Mexico, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And in the House elections, of course, I won't go through all the competitive districts. However, the Republicans will win 228 House seats. The Democrats will win 207. Therefore, the Republicans now have control of the United States Congress, however, not the presidency. Thank you all for watching this video. This was insanely long. I hope it does well, but I hope you all enjoyed. This took so long. This took like 5 days. So please, the least you could do is subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Sorry for all the lagging in the video, but hey, when there's 276 slides, you've got to expect it to lag a little bit. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.